Hi everyone. I just wanted to go over a couple of the business support products available from the state and federal governments in regards to the coronavirus. First, I wanted to go over the Business Support Fund. Now, this is an initiative from the Victorian state government, which is eligible for businesses who employ staff, have a turnover of over $75,000 a year, and also have a wage bill of less than $650,000 per year, which will be most of you. They've also got to show how the government shutdown has adversely affected their business. So all of my client base that I believe will be eligible to apply for this grant or some of these grant funds, I've sent you an email this afternoon. So if you could take the time to fill out that application form. Grants there are up to $10,000. So hopefully that's just access to more funds for you to keep your business afloat in these difficult times. The second piece of funding I want to go over today are the business support loans, which I've flagged in earlier videos. Now, over the weekend, I noticed that 3 of the 4 banks at least have put some detail to the support products that they have available. As you can imagine, they're all pretty similar. Loans of up to $250,000 per business at an interest rate of 4.5%, most of them, and to be repaid over a term of 3 years. So essentially what they look like is, for example, you apply for a loan as you normally would, and you get approved for, say, $50,000. The repayments on that loan are deferred for 6 months. So there's no loan repayments, but what happens is the interest on that loan is capitalised and added to the loan. So your initial $50,000 loan in 6 months' time might be a $52,000 loan, for example. So then I would imagine that that would need to be repaid over the next 2.5 years, making it a 3-year loan period. So must stress, these are not handouts. These are loans from a bank as you would normally apply for, show credentials, etc. So just want to stress that before you make a decision to go down this path. Now, I've got the contacts of some good finance brokers if you'd like some assistance in this area. So please let me know and I can put you in contact. Also, I have to stress that finance brokers and just the banking industry in general are absolutely overwhelmed at the moment. As you can imagine, they've got applications for this type of funding, refinancing, loan deferrals, financial hardship, any number of cases they're dealing with at the moment. So a lot like government agencies, Centrelink, the tax office, the state revenue office, the banks as well have just been inundated with customers looking for advice, looking for work to be done on their personal situation. So I have to stress that if you do apply for these loans, which in some of your cases I absolutely think you should, just show some patience, please, to your bankers, to your brokers, because this is not going to be a overnight quick fix. This is something short to medium term over the next 3 years that we need to make sure we take the right course of action. We get the money in, we come up with a plan to survive, and then we come up with a plan to pay the money back in that 3-year period. So please just show some patience, show some resilience, and we'll get through this. So looking forward, as I mentioned in earlier videos, this is not the last of the stimulus packages. Last night Prime Minister Morrison flagged at a wage subsidy of, I think he mentioned $1,500 per employee. So there'll be some talk and some legislation and some ironing out of what that looks like. As well as that, they do need to deal with the massive issue of landlords and tenancies in both the residential and the commercial space, because that's the bullet that's going to put an end to a lot of businesses, is the rent on premises that they're just not using. So if you are a landlord, residential or commercial, that's listening to this through some means, show some compassion, put your ego aside, do what you need to do on your end so that you can keep your tenant in the building operating for when all this blows over and we're back to normal. Back from our hibernation, as ScoMo would put it. So that's just food for thought. So once I have some more information on those few things, I will keep you updated, as I've tried to do through this whole process. Once again, if you've got any information that you need from me, please feel free to give me a call or an email, or get in touch on social media. Just let me know. Thanks.